Welcome back to Brothers Talking Sports. It is week. It is wild card weekend playoff and predictions with Ezra and Shay. Guys, how are we doing this week?
Fantastic.
Shay, you gotta be a little more energetic. Fantastic. Ezra, how are we doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah, we made it to the playoffs.
We did make it to the playoffs. These are just some of the players that you'll see this week in wild card weekend. All of them will be playing. I'm pretty sure Jordan Love is playing.
Jordan Love is fine.
So
he is okay.
All of them will be playing. I'll try to for the rest of the wild card weekend divisional conference. You'll just see players that are only in the games, of course. As we get down to the nitty gritty, guys, we excited for playoff football. I think we're always excited, right? It's playoff football.
Excited.
You gotta be excited
and nervous at the same time.
You should be nervous.
Well,
You should definitely be nervous as a Packers fan. You know what? For me, as a Giants fan, I'm never nervous. I just get to enjoy this shit.
Yeah, well, you guys already.
This is great.
Let's be honest, Giants fans, you already got your heartbreaking news. Okay, your GM.
We're the third pick, and we're keeping our head coach.
Joe Shane, right? Joe Shane. That's the GM.
Yeah.
Will be back as well as Brian Dable.
Yep.
Oh, don't worry. It's just we're just waiting a year. We just want to wait.
The only thing the Giants did benefit from is they have the third pick. There's a chance the Giants are going to either get a quarterback or Travis Hunter. That's the only good thing.
That's the good thing.
That's
yes.
the one good
we
thing.
Either get Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, or Travis Hunter.
They got lucky. They're going to get a quarterback or they're going to get the best player in the draft. So
exactly.
They're depending on what the Browns do, because I think Cam Ward will go 1.
I think Cam Ward will go 1 too.
I don't know what the Browns are going to do yet because they're still kind of, I think, on the fence about what they do, and then Shedeur might still go to the Giants. So
I think Giants are actually getting Travis Hunter, which is crazy.
Really? I think the Browns are leaning toward taking Travis Hunter and letting,
because I know that Deshaun Watson they're not. I don't think he'll be on the roster next year.
He got hurt again or something like that.
Yeah, so
we'll
see when it comes down to that. All right, so we'll start off with the wild card. We'll go over. Well, first let's start off with who won in pick'ems. We'll start with that. Then we'll go to the wild card weekend, and then we'll go to the playoff prediction and how all the point system's going to work for the playoffs.
You don't want to talk about any of the news, coaches being fired, and we should probably do that. That just
we should start with that. I like that idea.
I feel like it's not a lot of stuff to go over.
No,
why did
but we were just going to
New England fired
Gerard Mayo because he called out his players, Ezra.
I think we did a segment on that.
And
I told you he would get fired.
Yes.
He should be fired, and why?
I said no. I did not think.
I didn't think he'd be fired either.
We did. Should this coach be? Do you think this coach? We said, should this coach be fired? Jesus.
I think everybody I said that should be fired was fired, except for Raheem Morris.
No, and Brian Dable.
I didn't say he should. I said I think he will. I didn't think he should though. I'm pretty sure. Dable, I thought he would.
I forgot whether we did. Do you think or
we did?
Should.
Well, we said both. I think we talked about it.
Might have did both.
All right. But I think Raheem Morris was the only one who I still think deserves to be fired. Like, he shouldn't be a coach, but that's. I mean, I guess when you win 8 games, it's okay.
Yeah, I guess so. Gerard Mayo's gone. Put it on TikTok. That actually did well.
Yeah, so Gerard Mayo, and then you did Antonio Pierce.
Antonio Pierce.
Which I was shocked that he wasn't fired right away. But then it came like a day later. So
yeah,
it made sense.
Later, so.
Yeah.
Any
got fired on Monday.
Doug Peterson got fired. That's not the biggest news, though. It's the fact that the Jaguars GM, what's his name again? Is it Trent something?
Yeah, Blass. Yeah, it starts with a B.
Is still the GM.
So is the Raiders. Tom Telesco's still there, too.
Yeah, exactly. They've gone through 2 head coaches now, and they are still as the GM, which is crazy.
Yeah. Giants.
Didn't Tennessee fire their GM?
What'd you say?
Didn't Tennessee fire their GM?
Tennessee fired their GM.
Yeah, they fired their GM. Yes.
They didn't fire like Brian Callen. We're saying like the Raiders and the Jaguars, their GMs have now been there for 2. They've had to fire 2 head coaches. They're going to be on their 3rd head coach.
Yeah.
Not a good look.
Yeah, it's just.
Which actually, I don't think the Jaguars GM has actually done a bad job outside of drafting Trayvon Walker. Actually, Trayvon Walker isn't that bad either.
No, he's just not compared to Aiden Hutchinson. But, I mean, it's just the idea that if you fired 2 coaches in the past so many years.
Like the Raiders, I understand. Like, look at your roster. Your roster sucks, like with the Giants. The Jaguars roster doesn't suck.
Yeah, but they also won.
They're not that
they
bad.
They won what 4 games this year, 5 games or something. So it's like
Yeah,
they're
I get
still
that.
very underperformed. Even last year they were 8-2, finished like 9-8 or something like that. So like it just very underperforms with the team they have.
I understand that. I understand. what
Especially
you're
if Trevor
saying.
Lawrence turns out to not be so good, you paid him all this money just to be meh.
Yeah, I get it.
Um,
Mike McCarthy, we have no idea what's going on. The Bears did deny the.
the Cowboys denied the Bears
Yes.
the rights to interview him, which makes me think the Cowboys are going to bring him back.
Exactly.
But
You never know.
You never know. But that's what I would think. Seattle fired their offense coordinator. Browns fired their offense coordinator. Trying to think of other coordinators. that got
I
fired.
know one. The Bengals defensive coordinator.
Bengals. I told you the Bengals defense
Lou
coordinator.
Amaruno.
I told you. he
Whoever
would be
gets
fired.
him, you are very lucky. Very lucky.
Well, I mean, it just makes sense. They had an awful defense for about 15 weeks this year. The last 3 weeks of
Yeah.
the season, their defense was actually decent.
Well, maybe
but-
because they had like 2 good players on their defense.
But I mean, yeah, when you're that bad defensively, like historically bad, I think you kind of have to like.
Yeah,
step
I feel bad for
San
Lou
Francisco,
Amaruno.
San Francisco fired their defense coordinator.
Yeah, they're just gonna get Robert
I saw
Saleh back.
Saleh going back. Yeah, I saw that.
The Jets. If the Jets do anything other than don't hire Rex Ryan, you guys are morons.
They're not gonna hire Rex Ryan. Did you see that? He says they're gonna hire him.
Yes,
but there was like a report that said he's really not one of the top guys. Like that.
I saw that. Yes,
Yeah,
from a Jets reporter. I don't really believe it. Listen, here's the thing about Rex Ryan. Guess how many games they have won in the past 10 years?
Probably about 62.
56.
I was close.
The 6 years with Rex Ryan, how many did they win?
They had like 2 10-win seasons or so. I'm gonna guess like 6 seasons. You said?
Yeah, 6
Probably in
seasons.
the 50s.
What did I just say it was? How?
56.
Oh, so they won 46 games
46.
with Rex Ryan at 6 seasons.
Okay.
So that means you had like almost 60 more games to play,
Here's the thing with Rex.
and they only won 10 games.
with Rex Ryan. He's like a culture guy. He wants to. If he comes in, the spotlight has to be on him at all times. Like him and Aaron Rodgers would not work because and that's why he already said if he's the coach, Aaron Rodgers will not be the quarterback. Like he needs like a low named guy to come. Like he needs like a not so high named quarterback to be there. Like
If they do that, then they're fucked because Woody Johnson's a moron.
it's Rex Ryan. He needs all the attention on him. You know Rex Ryan. I mean, he is a loudmouth coach that's like he yells. He does he's
Rex Ryan's the right guy for the job. I would hire Rex Ryan
he's
right away.
in for himself and like again, the spotlight needs to be on him at all times. He's the guy. Like when you think of the Jets, you shouldn't think of anyone else. You want to think Rex Ryan. It's not like where it's like if you think of the Bills, you think Josh Allen. He's like, no, if you think Jets, Rex Ryan. That's what he wants.
That's who you need to get. You need to get Rex Ryan. Ezra, what do you think? Who the Jets need to get as our head coach?
I have no idea who's going to fix that dumpster fire.
I don't know.
I just don't know who else they would hire. That's the thing. Like I don't know who else is gonna go.
Liam Cohen's a hot
Who
name.
wants to go to the Jets?
Why is I don't
That's the
get why
problem.
Liam Cohen is such a big.
Liam Cohen is a hot name. He'll probably get a job.
He's.
I don't know where.
That was what Dan Canales' job last year, and now he's filled in the spot. It's just interesting.
Liam Cohen is a hot name. Aaron Glenn, hot name.
Aaron Glenn, obviously Ben
Johnson.
When I saw Aaron Glenn to the Saints was a big thing. There's a good shot Aaron Glenn goes to the Saints.
I've seen Ben Johnson to the Jaguars.
Yeah, Ben Johnson I've seen less toward the Bears and more toward like Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Who was the Bears coach I saw that made me laugh?
I don't know.
Who was it? Pete Carroll.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did interview for that job.
There was that, and there was like a defensive guy that the Bears wanted or looking at. I was like, great, hire another defensive guy. See how that works out for you. The Bears,
They're morons. They're dumb over there. They're just as dumb as the
Vrabel.
Jets.
If Mike Vrabel doesn't go to the Patriots, if the Patriots don't hire Mike Vrabel, I should start with that. If the Patriots don't hire Mike Vrabel, that is just dumb. You're dumb. You're
Well,
dumb.
I don't think Gerard Mayo got a fair shot. That's personally. Okay. Let's go over this.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think? What's the best job out there? Out of all of them?
Right now,
Yes,
New England.
that's what I think. 100%. It's easily New England.
You could argue Jacksonville.
New England has $100 million cap space. A top 5 pick in the
True,
draft.
true.
They have Drake May.
True.
They have everything you need.
I feel like the Jaguars' job isn't that bad because I think if you get a good coach in Jacksonville, I think the team is already pretty set. You don't need to make a lot of additions, and you'll have a pretty high pick this year. Yeah. You could just make the team better.
Yeah, but with the head coach of the Patriots, you could just build the fucking team you want. You got $100 million cap space, any pick you want at your disposal.
Well, to be fair, listen, I think you look at the Bears. I think the Bears is a good option too. I know they have a lot of stuff going on, but roster wise, they're young. They got the first overall pick.
Yeah, but then you have to their owner sucks. So
again, but
that's the problem.
But listen, I think the Gerard Mayo firing was Robert Kraft just being like, look, we hired the wrong guy last year. We should have hired Mike Vrabel last year. We'll do it this year and we'll get it done. I think that was ultimately what it was. He kind of realized that he made a mistake, should have hired Vrabel, and now he'll do it this year. And if he doesn't, I don't even know.
There's scouts around the league that said that Drake May will be a top 5 quarterback in 3 to 5 years.
Yeah,
I believe that.
I saw that.
I believe that too because I think Drake May's a stud.
I think Joe Milton's not bad either.
He played pretty well. He played against like the Bills backups.
No, he didn't. Dude, the Bills played all their starters on defense. I'm pretty sure.
Why would they do that?
I swear their only guy. When I saw who the Bills were playing, like who was playing, I swear the only guy that was not going to play was Josh Allen. I swear almost like everyone.
Josh Allen played.
Well, he played one snap.
But he played.
But I'm saying like I'm pretty sure on offense.
Okay, that doesn't really count.
I'm kidding.
James Cook played. They played like all like
that's true.
Like guys and defensively, I saw like Taron Johnson, Rasul Douglas, like those guys were out. Like they were on the list of playing. So I really think like it was mostly.
I didn't watch the game.
Besides Josh Allen. I didn't watch either, but I saw like a thing going into the game that like everyone would mostly play except Josh Allen.
All right, let's we spent 10 minutes on that. That's fine. Let's get into Wild Card Weekend. Actually, let's start with Pick'ems first. Pick'ems brought to you by me. Ezra won with 153 points. I came in second, 143. Guys, all 10 points apart. Interesting there.
Interesting.
Shay, you came in last, missed a week, probably would have won, but you give the title to somebody else this year.
I felt
Congrats.
bad. I gave it to the new guy. I had to make him feel more welcome.
Exactly. Gave it to the new guy.
I get a charity win.
Yeah, you do get a charity win.
It's COVID. He got the bubble championship.
You got the bubble championship.
I'll take it.
We'll put an asterisk around this one. I come in second back years. That's consistency, man. That's consistency.
I gave you a pity second place too. I could have had
You could have, but you didn't. So
I could have had first, and then Ezra would have been second, and you would have been third. But because it's your show, we had to at least get you second, so you wouldn't quit.
All right, Chargers, Texans, Ezra. What do we got?
All righty.
We could go more. We got some depth. We can go into some depth with these. We only got 6 games.
Yeah, we can.
We also have playoff predictors, so don't take 10 minutes
we got some
each
time,
game.
But yeah,
I won't take forever.
We could talk 3 to 4 minutes about each game or so.
Go, Ez.
What I have to say is the Chargers are the better team recently. Oh, never mind. I just exited the tab, but we're good. Chargers are a better team recently. Houston is at home. I don't think that really matters. I'm going to take the Chargers to win this. I think Houston's very cold as a team. If they bounce back and win, maybe they have a shot to win a game or two in the playoffs. I don't think that'll happen just because how bad they've looked recently. The Chargers, I think, are going to be able to run the ball all over Houston, and Herbert won't even have to do that much to get a win. Is what I have to say.
As you're the guy to go for this. What's the spread on this game?
I think it's -3 Chargers.
2.5. 2.5.
2.5 to the Chargers.
Shay? Take it to you.
I'm going to disagree with Ezra just a little bit when he said the Chargers are going to run all over the Texans. I actually think if you look at it statistically, the Texans have a pretty good run defense. I could be wrong. I was trying to look at it before, and I'm pretty sure statistically the Texans' run defense is actually pretty good.
Look.
What? Did you look at it?
He said he's.
I'm going to go on Sleeper and just see what the matchup predictor.
The only reason I was looking at this because a later game we'll get to. But here's Houston has this team last year played a really bad schedule, and they won 10 games or whatever, made the playoffs. They won a playoff game against a Joe Flacco ran Browns team. This year they played a tougher schedule. Things were a little bit different. They kind of got beat up in a lot of those big games that they played in. I think like everybody with a winning record, they basically lost to. I'm not sure. They might have won 1 or 2, but against those big games, they kind of lost. This Texans team has potential to be really good, but I think without Tank Dell and without Stephon Diggs on offense, if the Chargers could stop Joe Mixon, I think they're going to be okay.
Yeah, but they got Nico Collins.
Yeah,
Nico Collins is healthy.
that's it. That's all they have. And the Chargers secondary has been phenomenal this year. The Chargers defense has been phenomenal this year.
Yes.
Now Houston's got a solid defense. I don't think this is a high scoring game. I think I would probably say this could be like a 20-17 type of game. Both offenses haven't been anything spectacular. I'll take the Chargers in this one. But I think this one could be close. I think the Texans do have potential. I think they're a little banged up, and they just haven't played to that potential that we all thought they could start the year.
I think there's so many. Every game almost this week I'm back and forth on. This is another one I'm back and forth on. Early on in the week, I was on the Chargers.
All besides, like, I think there's like one or
I think there's two.
I
think there's two
that are. I would say is no brainers.
Oh, there might be.
There's two that I would say.
Yeah,
one's definite. The other one I'm still pretty confident with too.
I mean, we'll be going to the playoff predictor later. I don't know. But listen, I think the problem is with the Texans, their interior offensive line is garbage, but they're on the outside. They're pretty good, and where the Chargers are really good on the edge rushers. Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa are really good at the edges. So this is going to come down to a game of just running the ball, playing real good defense. I want to lean Chargers, but I have no idea who to pick here.
Hey, listen, a wise man once said, in big games, take the better quarterback, take the better coach.
And that's LA.
That's true.
Can't go wrong with taking the better quarterback and taking the better coach.
That is true.
Doubt. In tough decisions, when the rest of the roster and everything else is like, I don't know, maybe kind of take the better quarterback, take the better coach. Herbert's the better quarterback. Harbaugh's the better coach.
That's true. You guys are right. I'll probably lean Chargers, but
I think
maybe my predictor.
None of us would be surprised if the Texans won this game.
No.
This is not one that's like, whoa. Like, this is not one where I'm like, spoiler alert, if the Broncos somehow pulled it off, I'd be like, whoa, what just
Dan Orlovsky said this week the Broncos
are
team
good.
To play spoiler.
This isn't like last year where the Packers beat the Cowboys and everyone was like, what the heck? Everyone was like, what's now? Like, this is like, but yeah, I think the Chargers are the better team, but again, it's close. I think 3 points is a fair spread.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's
definitely
good game, no matter who wins.
Let's move on.
Real quick. Shay is right. Houston has the 6th best run defense.
Yeah, so they stopped the run pretty good, which I was surprised at. But I was like, yeah, they stopped the run pretty good. Now, that could be because Azeez Al-Shaair makes a lot of plays. I don't know if he's back. Is he back yet? I think he should, right?
Yeah, he's back. Yeah.
Yeah, I know he's a big. I mean, might be a big reason that.
Let's move on to wild card weekend, divisional round matchup: Steelers, Ravens. Let's get it on.
Alrighty, we have a divisional matchup. Baltimore's favored by 9.5, which I think is
a lot.
Crazy for that game. 9.5 spread. It opened at 8.5. I'm taking Baltimore. I'll make it clear before I gap. Did they beat the Steelers twice this year?
No. The Steelers
they split.
Steelers won in the first time.
They split.
Steelers beat them the first time. Baltimore beat them the second time. Both at home.
The first game that was in Pittsburgh was a very close game that was in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh won that game, and then the blowout was in Baltimore 3 weeks ago.
It wasn't really a blowout. That one wasn't a blowout, though. It was kind of, I think it was like a 7-point game, and then Baltimore got like a pick 6 at the very end. Like, it was close. That game, the score doesn't show that game was closer than it seems.
The final score was 34-17.
Yeah, I think it was like it was 24-17, and then Russ threw a pick 6, and that kind of shut the game down from there.
Let me see.
All right, so you're taking the Ravens. Okay.
The Ravens.
It was 24-17 going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, then I think Russ threw a pick 6, and then that's kind of what.
So I'm taking the Ravens. We said better coach, better quarterback.
Well, Mike Tomlin's a better coach.
Not better coach.
Not about this one.
Ezra, I know you love John Harbaugh.
All right. I know I'm high. All right. Better quarterback.
This one's a little simpler than better coach, better quarterback. It's just better football team by a mile.
Better team overall. And it's the hotter team.
Yeah, I mean.
They look much better. The only way Pittsburgh wins is like how they won in Pittsburgh against the Ravens. when they played. The problem is it's in Baltimore. And I don't think Pittsburgh has what it takes to win.
Shay?
Yeah, I mean, look, this is one I would be shocked if Pittsburgh won. I would really be shocked. This Steelers team, for about the first 14 games of the season, it was like, this team's pretty good. This is a good football team. The last 4 weeks, this team does not look very good at all. They look bad. Not like bad, like this is a bottom team, but like, I don't know if this is a playoff team the way you look at them now. Like, this team is just, again, Russell Wilson had his thing. He had a few weeks. Everyone was like, this guy's the guy. And then last few weeks, it's been, I don't know, it's not so. Arthur Smith back to his not so good play calling. George Pickens and his drama. Their defense.
George Pickens and his drops.
It was drops, yeah, but also, I mean, his drama that he has. But yeah, he dropped a lot of balls last week against Cincinnati. Their defense isn't playing that well. And Baltimore's just the better team at this point. I think this Steelers team's kind of done. I mean, they were 10-3. They're 10-7 now. This team is just kind of done. Mike Tomlin got his winning season. I think I kind of called earlier in the year this team would finish maybe just a little bit above 500, 9 or 10 wins or so, and they've gotten to that point. They've hit their peak. They're on their downfall, and I think honestly 10 points. I might even take Baltimore. I think Baltimore kind of cleans up on them pretty good in this one.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people would expect me to take the Ravens here, because there's Lamar Jackson.
There's no way you take the Steelers. There's no way you honestly you could sit here and look at the camera and tell them the Steelers are going to win.
A second, okay? Let me cook. You got Lamar Jackson, Nose Flowers, Mark Andrews. They've been cooking while the Steelers have been just toast. I mean, Russell Wilson looks terrible. They can't hit the ball over the middle of the field. They only throw deep. They run the ball early downs. But man, I got this gut feeling that the Ravens will win this game. This is Baltimore's game. Yeah. I like the Steelers a lot. I can't defend them in this one. They've been trashed the past couple of weeks. Russell Wilson's been awful. Their defense has been playing subpar to the Bengals. Like they're just not. They're not the Steelers right now. And they're not cooking with anything right now. I think after, I don't know what it is.
They're about what we thought when we looked at them in the beginning of the year and the team they would be.
Yeah, but this is not the same offense I've seen a couple weeks ago.
No. But I'm saying what we thought they would be in the beginning of the year is about what they like before the season started. This is probably about what I would have expected them to be.
Yeah,
a good team, not great. Get to the playoffs, lose in the first rounds. Like. They had our hopes up. They were winning a lot of games. They got to that Philly game. Everyone's like, if they put up a fight in this Philly game, I don't think they put up any sort of a fight in that Philly game. They got obliterated.
No, so. All right, let's move on. Denver and Buffalo. Ezra, what do we got?
I'm going to take the Bills. They're the better team, better quarterback. Not going to comment on the coach, just so I don't get yelled at. The spread's 8.5 right now. It opened at 8. I actually think it's going to be a closer game than 8.5.
Oh, 100%.
And if it's not, it might be a blowout, like a 25, 30-point game. Only because in Buffalo, rookie quarterback, tough place to go and play. I could see it being a 20-point game, but I could also see it being a 3-point game.
Shay?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I could see the Bills absolutely just destroying the Broncos, but I could also see Sean Payton and Bo Nix and this Broncos defense that's very good, giving this Bills team a tough. Like, here's the thing: I don't know how good. If Bo Nix plays good, they got a shot. I mean, they can win this game because I think their defense is going to do a solid job, and I don't think Josh Allen's going to have this crazy. He might have a good performance, but they still might only score about 24 points or so. I just don't know if rookie Bo Nix is going to be able to get it done in his first playoff start. But you know what? We've seen things happen. I think this game could really be close because I think this Denver team is sneaky good, but I'll take the Bills as well.
Bills have Josh Allen. Denver doesn't. Move on. All right, Green Bay and the Eagles. Dude, Josh Allen's best player on the planet. I'm taking the best player on the planet over a rookie quarterback. That's it. That's all I got to say. All right, let's move on to probably some of the better games. We move all on to the NFC. The AFC is the first 3 games, and then the NFC the next 3 games. That's so freaking weird.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
That's so... I'm like, what?
It's just the networks. Fox got this game, and then NBC took that NFC game, and then ESPN took that one. So
that's usually how it works. All right, Ezra, Green Bay and the Eagles this week. We'll skip to Shay last. As kick it off.
I was actually going to let Shay go first, but I will gladly go first.
No, I'll go first. Do you want me to go first?
No, we'll have him go last.
Okay.
We'll have him here.
I will-
You go last because you'll fill in all the gaps that
I will
I
go
missed.
last.
I am going to take Philly. The Packers had a really tough schedule. Credit where credit's due. They have not looked great in back-to-back weeks. Tough game in Minnesota against the Vikings, close game. And then the loss to the Bears, week 18, okay, fine, whatever. I don't think they're going to be able to go into Philly and get it done with how good the Eagles have played at home, especially with how good they've been in the playoffs recently. Jalen Hurts does need to play well. If Jordan Love plays his one of the best games of his career, let's put it, they got a shot. But they got to do a lot of things right to beat a very good Philly team. And I don't think they'll be able to do that.
I like it. Here's what I think happens. Jalen Hurts is going to play. He practiced today. He passed concussion protocol.
He'll definitely play. He will
He's
definitely
good.
play.
But in the first half, he's going to go down. He's going to get hurt. He's going to get out with a concussion again.
Interesting.
Then they're already down by 20 points, though.
The Eagles are down by 20
What?
points?
No.
The Packers
are down by 20 points already.
Why?
They're getting their ass whooped.
Jalen Hurts is lighting
What?
them up?
All of it. Barkley's running. They're already down.
Okay.
And then the Packers start to come back because Jalen Hurts get hurt.
Okay.
And then the Eagles still win.
Okay.
So
That's one of the most interesting predictions I've heard.
So
That is wild.
I have the Eagles winning this game. The Packers just aren't the Packers right now. They don't have Christian Watson. Christian Watson really hurts them not being able to attack this the best pass defense in the NFL. And good luck running the ball against them between the two big boys in front. And this Eagles team is just really good. I think they're really good. I think this is a tough matchup for the Packers. I think if they played the Bucs or the Commanders, they would have won. But unfortunately, they're not playing them. They're playing the Eagles and Saquon Barkley. And this is a fully rested Eagles team, ready to go. And I'm taking the Eagles. Shay.
All right. So I think this is the best way to put it. If the Packers were healthy, which they're not, this game would be I think the Packers could win this, would be winning this game if they were healthy. But Christian Watson's hurt. That's huge. That's your deep threat. He's out. The Eagles play, I think, I don't know what the percentage is, but the Eagles play a lot of man-to-man coverage, if I'm pretty sure. A lot of it. And when you lose your guy that runs a 4-3 on the outside against man-to-man coverage, that's a killer. Jair Alexander's obviously hurt. That's your lockdown corner against two really good receivers in A.J. Brown's Devontae Smith. Need them. Evan Williams, their other safety, probably not going to play. That's a killer. That's a starting safety. That's another secondary guy. Quay Walker, starting linebacker, good chance he doesn't play either. They're just here's the thing. Other teams like the Lions have some injuries. They have enough depth where they can afford it. The Packers have a couple injuries, and they're screwed. They don't have the depth. Receiving core, they don't have that number one guy where it's like, if the number two goes down, the number one guy is just going to get more targets. They don't have a number one guy. So if one guy goes down, that's just screwing up. That screws everything else up. Now, the one saving grace and the one thing I will say that I believe is truly going to happen, Saquon Barkley will not have that good of a game on the ground. I think if you look at it, Ezra, you could probably quote me on it. The Packers are one of the best teams against the run in the NFL this year. They allowed like the third yards per carry. They were like the third best yards. They were probably like top 10, definitely. This run defense is very, very good. So if Jalen Hurts comes in here and has a bad game, I think the Packers got a shot. I think they could win this game. But I think it'll be a lot easier for Jalen Hurts because this Packers secondary is just not good right now. And they can't get to the quarterback, especially with this offensive line in Philly. It's very good. So I don't think Saquon Barkley has a big game on the ground, at least. In the air, he might catch 5 balls for 100 yards. But on the ground, I don't think he does too well. But I think they're going to light the Packers up in the air pretty well. And for the Packers on offense, if somehow Josh Jacobs gets going, they might have a chance, which I think is going to be tough because Philly's run defense is good. If Jordan Love has a career game like he did against Dallas last year, I mean, you never know. The Packers were in a similar spot last year. No one thought they would win. They got it done. However, this year, I think more people think it's weird. Some people think they're going to win. Others don't. I think some are right, some are wrong. I think Philly's just very good. And I think if the Packers were healthy, it'd be a different story. But I just think they're too banged up.
Okay. Let's move on here. We move on to Jaden Daniels plays Baker Mayfield on Sunday Night Football. what do you got?
So real quick, I will answer Shay's question / point about the Packers defense. So again, I'm using Sleeper and just looking up Barkley's matchup predictor. It says Green Bay has the 19th best defense against running backs.
Now, you're using Sleeper?
Yes.
Is this fantasy purposes?
Yes.
Okay, because yes, the Packers, I think, against receiving backs are really, really bad. But against running backs on the ground, look at their, I promise, if you look at the Packers yards per carry against, I'm pretty sure they're third in the league in yards per carry, and total yards, they were like 7th in the year. Like they're top 10 in both, I think top 5 in yards per carry. But yeah, Sleeper is going to give you that 19th because again, the Packers defense against receiving backs out of the backfields, catching passes, they're awful against it. They let running backs catch 5+ balls against them all the time.
Alrighty, I found the list. Green Bay is third in yards.
They're I promise you they're good. I mean, when they played Saquon Barkley the first game of the season, they did a good job for the most part, stopping him on the ground.
He'll probably have 100 yards.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think he has 100 yards, but that might be on 25 carries is the thing.
Exactly.
They're going to keep giving him the ball, but you're not going to see him go 6 yards. He's not going to get chunk plays.
No.
They're going to go little, but then those third downs, Jalen Hurts is going to attack the outsides because he's got way better. He's got A.J. Brown covered by Keyshawn Nixon. He's got Carrington Valentine on Devontae Smith. He's just got good matchups on the outside. And I hope, listen, the Packers play zone. They played more zone recently than man. They're going to have to play zone. But if they play zone, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are just going to catch the ball 15 yards over the middle of the field because the Packers linebackers can't cover anybody. Now, Edgerrin Cooper thank God Edgerrin Cooper's back because he's the saving grace for this defense, but they can't get to the quarterback. So they're going to listen. I don't think Jalen Hurts will run a lot, but they're not going to get any pressure on him. He's going to have all day to sit back and throw, and he'll get somebody open. So,
all right, let's move on here. Bucks, Commanders as attackos.
Alrighty. So we talked about how Bo Nix has a really, really tough, I guess, place to go play. This, I think, is the complete opposite for Jaden Daniels being a rookie. Going into Tampa playing in the playoffs, I don't think Tampa's that difficult to play. The weather should be no problem. The only problem is he's playing against Baker Mayfield and a very, very scary Tampa team. In my opinion, I think Tampa will win this game. You have Mike Evans, who just hit 1,000 yards again. No surprise, in my opinion. Tampa's looked really good the past 2 weeks. They didn't look great against the Saints, but again, it's week 18. If Jaden Daniels can play well and they can play defense and actually stop Tampa, I mean, it'll be a good game. I'm not saying it'll be a blowout, but I just think Tampa is going to take it.
Shay?
I was really hoping the Packers would get to play the Bucs. I mean, I was praying for it so bad because I was like, I am very confident they'll beat Tampa Bay. I'm very confident they'll beat Tampa. I don't think either one of these teams is that good. They both have their spots that they're good at.
But one has to win.
Baker Mayfield, very good.
One of them has to win.
But like we said, I don't think Tampa Bay, isn't Tampa Bay one of the worst pass rushing teams in the league? Yeah. Their defense is awful, Tampa Bay. Besides, I think they stopped the run okay, maybe, but I think defensively they're awful. They're really hurt. Antoine Winfield's hurt. They're banged up. Washington's also, I think, I don't know if I think Lattimore is going to play, but he was banged up. I don't like either of these teams, to be honest.
Which one do you like more?
I'll just take the quarterback who has the playoff experience and can light it up in the playoffs, as we've seen before in Baker Mayfield's. Here's the one thing I want to say. I don't know if you guys watched the Washington game last week. I didn't really watch it, but I did look. I was following it a little bit. Jaden Daniels didn't do anything. He was not so good in the first half that he played. Then he got hurt. I don't know how hurt he actually got. Then he came out. Marcus Mariota went in and absolutely lit it up and won the game for them. Ridiculously.
Well, yeah,
good.
I know he won the game from them. They were down 6-10.
Yeah, but I'm talking 12 for 13 passing for
I think he started off 11-11 or something
he was unbelievable. So
90 yards.
Is Washington just a better team than we think? Is it really not as much Jaden Daniels and this team is actually pretty good?
I don't know.
I don't know how good Washington really runs the ball. Besides Jaden Daniels, obviously he can run a little bit. But I'll just take Tampa Bay. Record says that Washington's better. I think performance-wise, I think Tampa Bay's better.
Ezra, over/under on this game. I need it.
Over. Track me.
Well, no. I what's the
the number? 50. 50.5.
50 over.
yeah.
I'm taking the over. Both these teams suck at defense, so I think the Bucks are going to outperform it on offense, and this is going to be a track meet. And this will be the best game because both teams will be throwing the ball all over the yard, and both teams suck at defense. So yeah, I mean the Buccaneers just let up like 20 points to the 28 points to the
Saints.
to the
19, I
Saints.
think it's 19 in all in the first half, or 16
Yeah,
in the first
they,
half.
they suck at defense, and the Commanders also suck at defense. So I will take the Buccaneers. All right, we move on here. L.A. and Minnesota. This is a good one.
This is all the NFC
This
games
is-
are good.
yeah, they
All
all
the
are
NFC
good.
games are good. I mean, in my opinion, this is probably number one.
Yeah,
I would say the Packers one's number two, just for the fact that I could care less about Commanders, Buccaneers. Like,
I think the Commanders Buccaneers game is going to be better.
well, game wise it might be better, but I don't
Oh.
do you ever like sit at home and be like, wow, Commanders, Buccaneers, let me get out
Oh,
of my
no,
seat
no,
in
no,
excitement
no,
for
definitely
that one.
not.
Like, that's what I mean. You have like Packers, Eagles, that's like two big time teams, like big market, like big, I should say big, but like big team names going at it, big fan bases. And then this is just Vikings, Rams. I mean, they played earlier in the year, and we know this one's going to be exciting.
This one's going to be good. Ez, let's kick it to you first.
Well, first of all, we got to hope this game actually gets played on Monday night. As of right now, it looks like it will not, just because all of Los Angeles is burning and there are very bad wildfires.
Oh, that's
but
true.
assuming they play
I
Monday
have
night,
not heard of this at all. This game might get
this
moved.
wildfire. Yeah, this wildfires.
there was a hockey game that got postponed that's supposed to be tonight in LA.
Well, again, it's Wednesday. This game is on Monday. I think we have some time. We
I-
can be okay.
I
These
understand the
wildfires
wildfires.
going crazy.
What's the protocol of this game? Do they have to play somewhere else, or do they play? I
don't know.
They'll go
I
play.
thought they were just
They'll
postponing.
play in the Chargers stadium.
You're a smart guy,
Good
aren't you? Aren't you?
They're gonna go play. You know, they'll go back to St. Louis and they'll play just like the St. Louis Rams.
Oh
They're
my
going
God.
back. What if they just give the
They-
Vikings?
I mean-
what if they go, listen, Minnesota, you guys won about 4 more games than the Rams. You guys can have home field advantage. And they
That'd be
they
real
give them
screwed
that.
No.
up.
I hope not. I mean, they could try and go to San Francisco and play at Levi. I don't think they would do that, but
Or they could
That's
push the game
maybe an
back in
option.
a couple days.
Yeah, I don't know.
Playoffs back.
Ez, what do you got?
all right. So I'm taking the Rams
Okay.
straight up.
You are.
They played the Vikings. The Vikings' 3 losses are to the Lions and 1 to the Rams. The Vikings did not look good against the Rams when they played them. I understand that was quite a long time ago. It was like halfway through the season, maybe. But the Rams are the more experienced playoff team. Sam Darnold hasn't really proven himself in the playoffs. He had a career year this year. Kevin O'Connell might, and I think should win Coach of the Year. It's a tough pick to just straight up say I'm picking the Rams, but I think it's the better, more experienced team overall. Now, yeah, Justin Jefferson's way better than Puka Nacua or Cooper Kupp. There's no debate there. Kyron Williams, Aaron Jones, I mean, I think overall they're equally as good. I'd probably give Aaron Jones a little more credit. I think the Rams defense is going to play better, and the Vikings defense will be exposed a little bit in the playoffs. And it's in LA. If it was in Minnesota, I'd completely take the Vikings straight up and probably by 6 or 8 points, maybe even.
Okay.
But I'm going to take the Rams in a very close game.
Okay.
Oscar, I
Shay?
don't know what you think about what Ezra just said, but it was a little, I questioned some of the things he just said there.
I always question things Ezra say.
So first off, I don't think the home field advantage matters at all. It's the Rams. I don't
It's the
think they
Rams,
have a
yeah.
lot of fans. If the game was in Minnesota, the only difference would be that there's more Vikings fans there, which there'll probably still be a lot of Vikings fans. The Vikings also play in a dome, so again, doesn't matter. To me, this is like, listen, everyone likes the Rams. It's the Rams. They got Stafford. They got McVay and all this stuff. Great stuff. One of these teams to me is just better at everything. I don't know if the Rams are better at anything than the Vikings.
Better
Besides,
quarterback.
it's maybe
Quarterback, they're better.
for postseason experience, not during the season. That
No.
Darnold was better than Stafford.
Yes.
We're going off of like post. Yes, if we're going off of like the playoff experience, like yes, Stafford's probably better, and McVay over O'Connell, I would say, but not by a lot. Minnesota is better everywhere else than this Rams team. Everywhere else. Now, I did say if there was one team that could give the Vikings some trouble, it would be the Rams because they could actually get to the quarterback better than probably any other NFC team. because I know sure the Lions can get to the quarterback because they send 6 guys they'll send the blitz every single play. I mean, they know they can't get pressure, so they say screw it, we're blitzing.
They spam that.
They literally no. Aaron
spam
Glenn knows we're not getting to the quarterback blitz every play, and he'll do it, and it worked. I mean, now here's the thing though, that game could have gone. That game, what was the score? 1 point. It was 10-6. That game could have been 28 to, or it was 10-6.
Oh,
that
the
game could have
Vikings should have won that game.
28 to 10.
Yeah.
They just got stuffed on the 5-yard line every
time.
drive. If they could have converted those times, they blow the Lions out. It was so the score of that game doesn't determine how the game was. The Vikings just got stuffed in the red zone. If they finish drives, they kill the Lions that game.
Kevin O'Connell's going to whip up some plays.
This Vikings team still might be the best team in the NFC. I think if they win and I think if they win and they do end up playing the Lions again, which, is what it looks like, but you don't know because if the Commanders win, then things change. If the Packers win, it changes. But if all the favorites win besides the Vikings, they'll play the Lions again, and I think they'll beat the Lions. So I think the Vikings are the better team in this game. I would take the Vikings in this game. I'm not sure what the spread is. I think it was -1 at one point,
Makes
Minnesota.
sense.
I would take...
Yeah, it's a 1-point spread right now.
I would take Minnesota, definitely.
I love both these teams. I think they're both two of the best NFC teams out here with the Lions. I hate to do this, but I'm taking the Rams.
You guys are seriously taking the Rams?
Dude, they're the healthiest.
we are.
They're the healthiest NFL football team right now. They're ready to go. They got Matthew Stafford. They have Sean McVay. They have the better coach, better quarterback.
Dude, the Vikings might score 35-plus points on them. This defense is so... Listen, this defense is just too young. It's just too young. They're
but their
way
offense is
too young.
offense is really good, and Matthew Stafford,
I know their
he's
offense
gonna
is
cook.
good. That defense is great. That's
And
might
they
be the
have
best defense in the
Puka Nacua
NFL.
back. They're gonna cook. I don't know what it is. I'm a huge Viking guy, but I don't know what it is, man. The Rams, they got a home game. Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua versus Brisk. I don't know. It's just going to be really hard for me to go against that.
So you take the... Okay. So you take the Rams or the Vikings? Would you take the Rams or the Lions?
No.
You want to take the Rams or the Lions? So you think the Lions are a lot better than the Vikings?
Well, the Lions will be a little more healthy.
I don't
by
think the
time
Rams are...
You just said that you think the Vikings should have won that game last week, but you think
Yes.
the Lions are better than the Vikings?
Because I think the Rams are a worse matchup for the Vikings.
Okay. Here's my this is if I will give my Rams key to success. You got to get to Darnold and pressure him. If you pressure him, you got a shot. If you let him sit back and throw the ball, he's going to pick this defense apart like it's nothing.
They're gonna,
But
they're
if they
gonna-
can get to the quarterback, they got a shot. That's their chance.
So, all right, let's go into playoff predictor. Ezra, we're going to start with you. Oh, wow, it actually worked.
Okay.
Holy shit. Okay. Oh. All right, so we have the full playoff predictor. We didn't start it, but we're going to do each person. Ezra, you're going to start. This isn't going to be too much explaining. So you picked Bills,
He went
Ravens.
Bills, Ravens, Chargers.
Texans.
No, he went Chargers.
I went Chargers.
Yes.
Okay, that
Yeah,
changes
Chargers.
that.
And then he went Eagles, Bucks, Rams.
Okay, great.
All the favorites.
All right, so we'll start at the AFC. Chiefs, Chargers, Ezra.
Chiefs.
Okay.
Chiefs. Nice and quick and simple.
I hate to see them in another AFC championship, but it's happening.
Bills, Ravens.
Bills, Ravens.
God.
Ouch.
Ouch is right. Do you want me to come back?
Guys, come on.
I don't know.
Okay.
Rams, Lions. Can you get Rams?
Rams, Lions.
I'll take the Lions, and I will take.
Eagles, Bucks.
Ooh, I really want to take the Bucks. I do.
So then do it. Be ballsy.
I will take the Bucks in a crazy
You're
upset.
out of your
Okay.
damn mind. You are out of your damn
I know.
mind. If you think the Eagles beat the Packers and then the Bucks beat them, you're out of your damn mind. I'm sorry. This is a Florida team going up north, and you think they're going to win. You are out of your mind.
I love it, Ezra.
Okay, just no,
Yes,
just
I am out of my
Bills,
mind.
Ravens.
I will take Josh Allen and the Bills.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have Chiefs, Bills.
You know, history is said to repeat itself, but fuck that. I'm taking Buffalo.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Buccaneers, Lions.
Oh, he's gonna. He's
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
No,
It's the Lions.
he's gonna have the Super Bowl that everybody in the world wants. This is
Yes.
this is the Super Bowl everybody wants.
Lions,
Hey,
Lions,
Lions,
Bills,
Bills.
Ezra.
would be elite.
I will tell you, I don't think either one of these teams will be going to the Super Bowl, guys. Do you want me to go next?
Oh, well,
I know.
who'd you take?
No, Philly's a very good shot
Oh.
of making the Super Bowl. But
Ezra, who'd you take?
Do we know if Aiden Hutchinson will be back?
He probably will be back.
Let's say he comes back.
Let's say he comes back.
I'll take the Lions if he comes back.
The
If
Lions
not,
get it done.
I'll take the
First ever Super Bowl winner.
Okay, so I think it's Control Shift 4, 5, 6.
I just clicked through on the predictor on my computer and it worked.
I took a picture. Let's go. I'm insane. Okay.
Yeah, Control
I think I
Shift 3.
Yeah, I did it. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I got to restart it now. Hopefully that will change it all up. All right. Shay, here we go. You pick
All right,
Bills.
Ravens, Chargers. I guess I'll take the Eagles. It's fine. Chiefs over the Chargers. And the Baltimore Ravens over the Buffalo Bills. The Minnesota Vikings over the Detroit Lions. And the Philadelphia Eagles over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now for our spectacular conference championships. The Baltimore Ravens will be going to the Super Bowl. And I'll take the Philadelphia Eagles out of the NFC. I really want to ride on the Darnold.
Oh, two birds.
But and then the team that will win the Super Bowl this year, let's go with the team that has the most experience. And it will probably break my heart if the Eagles win the Super Bowl, because then I would have known if the Packers, especially if the Packers lose close to them, I will take the Eagles to win the Super Bowl.
Go! All right. He's got the screech. He's got it. What is it, 4 or 5, is there?
Control Shift 3.
I'm curious to see Oscar's list. How much time we got? We got a little. Okay, good. I have a few minutes to rant about if Oscar's list is so horrendous. Then
My list will not be that horrendous, okay? It will actually be horrifying. You guys will watch. Okay. Bills.
Ravens, Chargers.
I picked the Chargers. All right, we'll stay with the Chargers. Everybody picked the Chargers.
You
Boom,
picked Eagles.
boom,
You went down
boom,
the line, yes.
boom. Okay. Chiefs, Bills, done. That's going to be your conference championship.
No way.
Mahomes is making it to
What's
the
the
Super Bowl.
conference championship?
The AFC is going to go Chiefs, Bills. Chiefs, Bills.
Do you guys
conference championship?
Do you remember the last time the Ravens played the Bills? What the score was?
Mm-hmm.
35-10.
Yeah, I know.
They mopped them.
But this is Josh Allen's big game, and then he gets beat by Mahomes again.
This isn't Josh Allen's big game. It doesn't matter. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry are going to go for 300 rushing yards against them.
Yeah, but
against the defense.
Josh
might score 30 points.
Josh is going to score 55.
Not against this defense. Not against this defense.
Josh is going to score 55 and tell him mommy did it. Okay, here we go. Okay. The Eagles are going to beat the Bucs.
Wait, your NFC conference
at least you have some sense to say that. Ezra, you are out of your mind to think Tampa. I know Tampa Bay beat them at like week 3, but to be fair, like the Eagles almost like no. Like
oh man.
I will give Ezra, if this is the matchup, I would personally give Ezra like $100 if the Bucs.
The Rams.
I'll take it.
I think the Lions win.
Wait, you have the Rams and the Lions. Oh, never mind. I'm dumb.
Eagles, Lions. I'm going to go Eagles. Chiefs win the Super Bowl.
That's the everyone pick. Is the Chiefs.
Ew.
Why wouldn't I not take the Chiefs, guys? I think they're going to win. I think they're the best team.
I'm not disagreeing with you about the Chiefs. That's not my. There's no. Your list is, but you're better than Ezra. This is way better than Ezra. So
well, Ezra took the Bucs.
My only debate with you is I
have to throw a wrinkle in. I
think Baltimore would beat the Bills. I think the Vikings would beat the Lions. You don't even have the Vikings, but I also could see the Lions getting there easily. I like the Eagles to get there, and the Chiefs. If it was Chiefs Eagles, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either if it's Chiefs Eagles. I think I picked Baltimore Philly. I think my next one would be Kansas City Philly. Would be my next Super Bowl matchup to be.
Okay, let me say this now. If the Vikings win their first round, they're going to the Super Bowl.
Do you think they're gonna go all the way?
They go all the way.
You think they beat Philly too?
I think they beat Philly. I think they go all the way.
My only thing is why I don't know if they beat Philly is they have to go to Philly and they have to go into the cold Philadelphia.
Yeah, but by that time Jalen Hurts is back in concussion protocol, so we're okay.
you're on the.
He's not getting hurt.
Oscar is.
He spent 17 days there. My man ain't okay.
Listen. If Oscar's predictions go right, what's gonna happen is Saquon Barkley's gonna do nothing against the Packers. if Jalen Hurts' head is still spinning in circles, the Packers are winning that game, and then it's all from there. We're seeing what's going on.
If the Vikings win, they're going to get there. The problem is the 4 or the 5, unless... See, here's the thing. If the Commanders... I would take the Rams over the Eagles, but I wouldn't take them over the Lions. It's just the way I feel.
You would take the Rams over the Eagles?
Yes.
Wow.
Really?
I would take the Rams over the Eagles, but I wouldn't take them over the Lions. I think the Lions have it to beat the Rams. I think they're just too talented.
That's why the playoffs is so interesting. It's just matchups. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
I said it like I was like, okay, so let me think of the Packers' path to the Super Bowl. If they win, they have to beat Philly. Then they have to go to Philly and beat Philly. Then they have to go to Detroit and beat Detroit. Then they would probably also have to go to Minnesota and beat Minnesota. If they're alive at that point, and they somehow, that's the greatest run in the playoffs ever to do that. You went to a 14-win, a 14-win, and a 15-win team, and you beat them all. Like, that's unbelievable if they could do that. I know they're not going to be able to. They're too hurt to be able to do that. That's why Minnesota has to go to the Rams, to the Lions, and then to Philly. That's a tough match. That's tough to do. That's tough. Again,
76% of the time, a 1 seed gets to the Super Bowl. I have a 1 seed.
76%?
76% of the time, a 1 seed gets to the Super Bowl. Think about it. Chiefs.
In both conferences.
And just one.
I feel like, though, how many times has the 1 seed won the Super Bowl? It's not many. I saw a thing on this. It's not many.
Well, we have like a few minutes. Bowl winners.
The Chiefs were in a 1 seed last year, right?
Yeah,
I thought they were.
No,
yeah,
they were like a.
No. But wasn't the 49ers a 1 seed last year? 49ers were the 1 seed last year. Because they got a bye, I'm pretty sure.
The Niners were the 1 seed. Yeah.
The bye.
But again, didn't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I'm saying 76% get there.
Get to it. Yes, that might be correct. But I think the winner is usually not the 1 seed.
No, it's usually not. But
correctly.
the Chiefs were a 1 seed.
That year
they were
yes.
That year, they were a 1 seed that year. Neither of those teams were a 1 seed that year, I'm pretty sure.
No, definitely not. The Titans were the 1 seed, I think, in the AFC, and the Rams were not the 1. I think Tampa Bay might have been the 1 seed.
Chiefs were the 1 seed that year, I'm pretty sure.
Tampa Bay was not. Tampa Bay was a wild card team, I remember.
Were
the Chiefs the 1 seed in that year? I don't remember. Again, you can just look up how many. I mean, you can look up how many 1 seeds have won the Super Bowl. I don't know how to get there. You can look up. Can you look up Super Bowl matchups and seedings? Maybe you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. 25 of 48 1 seeds have won the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. So it's actually
going back to 1975. 52% of the 1 seeds have won the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. So it's actually I didn't think it was as much.
Yeah, usually a lot of 1 seeds win the Super Bowl.
Which again, it makes sense.
No, it doesn't give it here.
But 50% of the time. So
yeah, so 75 makes a lot of sense to get there.
Yeah, to get there. Yeah,
yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
so
I believe it.
So I think they get there. I think this is the
Mahomes three-peat.
Yeah, I think this is the Mahomes three-peat, which is crazy to say, but
it's very probable, which sucks, and I'm sick of it already. But
all right, guys, we have anything else before we send our playoff predictions?
You have one thing
world?
to say about the Vikings.
What is your one thing to say about the Vikings?
What? And you guys may not understand it, but look into it. I'm not crazy. Minnesota sports teams choke in the playoffs. No matter what sport, no matter what it is, besides women's professional hockey, because last year I think they won it all. That doesn't count.
I know it's like
somehow
they're choked and they're cursed and all this things. To be fair, I think the dream Super Bowl is Bills Vikings because both of those teams have lost like 4 Super Bowls in a row or something like that.
They're both 0-4.
But you could say the Lions are cursed. The Lions have been awful forever. They've never made it to the Super Bowl. They've never even gotten close, and now they're the 1 seed. Last year they got to the
conference game and should have won.
They got to the championship game, and yeah, they really should have won. So it's like you could say they're cursed, but again, every team has their moments. It's every team has their moments.
The only thing that will make me cry when this happens is Sam Darnold gets hurt, Daniel Jones wins the Super Bowl, and my life is complete.
If you think Daniel Jones can win the Super Bowl, you're smoking crack.
When it happens, I will just cry, and everybody will owe me $1 million because I said it would never happen. Guys,
And someone but the Chiefs win, please. Somebody but the Chiefs win.
listen, the problem is the Chiefs are like walking to the conference
Let the
championship.
Packers beat the Eagles, and then the Chiefs, and then let not the Chiefs win the Super. I don't know. I'm just.
The Chiefs are walking to the AFC championship
here's
to
the-
either just play the
they-
Bills or the
Yeah,
Ravens.
yeah. Like if they play Houston, I mean, congrats, you won. If they play the Chargers, it could be decent game, but you're still gonna win.
Like this is the best pass for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They get to play the three crappy teams in the AFC.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get like either the Ravens or the Bills if they make it there.
That's why, like, if you're the Lions, you're getting screwed no matter what. Whoever you play.
Oh yeah.
You're getting screwed unless you get lucky and you play Washington.
Somehow.
Somehow you play. I mean, if Washington wins, and the Packers and the Eagles do win, then you get to play Washington. Then they're like, thank God. But the Lions don't want to play. I mean, you don't want to play Minnesota. That's for sure. The Rams, you don't want. I mean, the Rams you're gonna probably have to play, but it's still not great. They don't want to play the Packers either. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
But it's.
Why would you want to play a divisional game? It's stupid. You're hoping to play LA or Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're saying
And
that you don't
LA
want,
is a
you
really
want to play LA. You don't want to play LA.
Well, I mean, yeah, LA is good, but again, you would. I mean, LA is who you're probably expecting to play, so they're not going to be annoyed if they play LA, but they would love to play Washington. I mean, if I would love to play Washington, that would be the best.
yeah. Whoever
ideal
plays
matchup.
Washington gets lucky. They ain't making the playoffs next year.
Yeah, I don't know what their schedule looks like next year. Oh, I do actually. They have to play the whole NFC North, so that'll change things up a lot.
They have to play the
The
AFC
Giants,
West
I think,
too.
have the third
Oh, do
hardest.
they? Is that the Giants play?
Giants have the number
Hardest
one hardest
schedule.
schedule.
Yeah.
Because they have the gauntlet.
They
And
have to play the North and the West. That's what
Yeah.
it is. That's fun.
that's not fair.
Yeah. So, not making. Actually, this is. Remember, we said 4 new teams make the playoffs
Yes.
every year.
Well, we have the 4.
1, 2,
Yes,
3,
4.
4. It actually worked out perfectly.
4 new teams every year make the playoffs.
I think Oscar was wrong about the teams he said. I think you might have went over 4 of who you said, because I remember you said the Packers would miss it. I know you said that because I remember being like, no.
Yeah, I did say that.
I would like to go back and look at that. I always like to go back and look at stuff and see. Like, I want to go back and
that
look
was
at,
so early on. Though.
no, that was
week
2. That was 2 weeks in, and you were
Yeah.
like, I need 4 new teams, and you're like, Packers won't make it. I was like, yeah, I don't know about that.
I said the Browns, I think, would make it.
Did you?
Which is
Because it's
comical.
something like that. Because it's an 0-2 teams to start
No, I
to
think
make the playoffs.
you said the Bengals would make it.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Which
All
they almost
They
did.
got close.
Which they almost did, which is crazy. All right, guys. That's it for another episode. Thank you guys for
Oh,
listening.
wait, if the Bengals got in, would they have beaten the Bills?
No.
Yes.
They don't play defense.
Interesting. Ezra said yes.
You think Josh... all right, we're done because I have to...
That's just something
with
interesting to think about.
Ezra's stupidity.
And then they get to play the Chiefs. Could they beat the Chiefs?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So wouldn't it fucking matter?
Wait.
Don't tell me. Do not
Who has
tell...
Mahomes lost to? Not in the Super Bowl.
All right, you're done. You're getting cut off.
I hate when people bring that up. I
Go.
hate who's like,
He got muted.
who's...
He literally got
I hate
muted.
when they bring up,
Nope.
they bring up, oh, Mahomes lost to Joe Burrow in the playoffs. That's his kryptonite. I don't care who his kryptonite is.
He got
okay?
muted. First time ever that somebody actually got muted.
Jordan Love in about 2 years, or maybe next year, will be his kryptonite when he loses them in the
because he
Super Bowl.
pissed me off. All right, that's it for another episode. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.